I honestly don't even know where to begin with this one because the internet has been absolutely buzzing for the last 24 hours about dylanwang and Shen. Before we dive deep into what Dylan finally shared, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our updates, because what I'm about to tell you today is something fans have been waiting to hear for a long time. When the news first broke that Shen had been rushed to the hospital, social media exploded. Hashtags trended within minutes. Fans from all over the world started asking, what happened? Is she okay? There were wild speculations, guesses, and even a few fake stories floating around. But Dylan kept quiet. He stayed off social media for days, posting only a simple photo of a hand holding another hand, no caption, no context. That single image left people both worried and confused. Fast forward to last night, Dylan finally broke his silence in an emotional live stream. He looked visibly tired, his voice softer than usual. And then he said the words that would stop everyone in their tracks. He explained why Shen had been rushed to the hospital. He didn't do it for attention, he didn't do it to make headlines. He did it because he said he owed it to the fans who've been there for them since the beginning, and because rumors were starting to spiral into something ugly. He started from the very beginning, explaining how their past few weeks had been full of back-to-back schedules, traveling, events, and, as he put it, no real rest. Shen had been feeling under the weather but kept pushing through. Dylan said he had begged her to slow down, but Shen, being who she is, wanted to finish everything she had committed to. Then one night, after a full day of work, she started feeling dizzy, weak, and short of breath. That's when Dylan decided enough was enough and rushed her to the hospital himself. What really moved people was the way he talked about that night. He described the panic of seeing someone you love look fragile, the fear in the car ride, and the relief when the doctors took over. He said it was the longest night of his life. He even shared how he sat in the hospital corridor, holding her bag, scrolling through fans' messages and silently praying she'd be okay. According to Dylan, the diagnosis wasn't some dark, life-threatening secret. The doctors said Shen had severe exhaustion, dehydration, and needed to stay under observation for a while. He admitted that hearing the words, "she needs to be hospitalized," broke him inside. He said he blamed himself for not stepping in earlier, for letting her workload pile up, for not insisting she rest. As he spoke, his eyes welled up and his voice cracked. You could feel how much he genuinely cares. Fans watching the stream said they were crying along with him. The comments section was full of supportive messages, hearts, and prayers. People wrote things like, "Stay strong Dylan," and "Shen, please rest and take care of yourself." It became less about gossip and more about community and empathy. Dylan even paused at one point to read some of those messages out loud and thanked everyone for their love. He also used the moment to clear up some of the wildest rumors. No, Shen wasn't secretly pregnant again. No, there wasn't some hidden illness they were hiding. And no, there was no scandal. It was simply burnout and stress, something that can happen to anyone. He said he hated seeing people twist their pain into clickbait because Shen is a human being first, a celebrity second. Dylan explained that Shen is recovering well now. He said she's still under doctor's supervision but in good spirits, joking with the nurses, sending him funny selfies from her hospital bed. He smiled a little when he said that, like the weight was slowly lifting off his shoulders. He promised that once she's out, they'll both take a long break and spend time away from the spotlight with their little one. Hearing him say, "Our little one needs both of us healthy," made people's hearts melt. What's striking about this whole episode is how vulnerable Dylan allowed himself to be. We're used to polished posts, red carpet appearances, scripted interviews. But this was raw and unscripted. He wasn't a celebrity in that moment, he was just a husband and a dad terrified for his wife. And that's what fans responded to. They weren't just listening to tea, they were witnessing a very human moment. He even shared a bit about what he learned from this experience. He said, "Fame doesn't protect you from exhaustion. Love doesn't protect you from worry. You still have to take care of each other, to remind each other to slow down." That line has already been turned into countless quotes and fan edits on social media. People are calling it one of the most heartfelt lives he's ever done. By the end of the stream, Dylan's mood shifted slightly. He started smiling more, saying he'd just spoken to Shen and she'd told him to tell everyone thank you. He promised to update fans again when she's discharged. He even laughed and said Shen would probably scold him for looking so serious on camera. That little bit of humor reassured everyone watching that things are on the right track. This whole story is a reminder of why so many people have fallen in love with Dylan and Shen as a couple. Beyond the fame, beyond the dramas they starred in, what also struck me was how quickly their colleagues and friends stepped forward. Within an hour of Dylan's live, several of their co-stars and industry friends shared supportive posts. Some posted throwback photos, some wrote small notes like "Stay strong Shen" or "We're thinking of you Dylan." It was like the entertainment world paused for a moment to send a wave of compassion. And here's where Dylan's vulnerability really started to have an impact. In one small clip that fans screen-recorded from the live, Dylan said, "I don't want to be perfect. I just want to be honest. Shen deserves honesty, our fans deserve honesty." That line is now trending on Weibo, Twitter, Instagram Reels. People are stitching it into fan edits with soft music, turning it into a mantra about real love and accountability. He also talked a little bit about what this meant for his own outlook. He said something like, "I've played so many characters who are strong and stoic, but real life is different. In real life, you cry, you panic, you doubt yourself. And that's okay." Hearing a public figure, especially a young male actor, admit that vulnerability was powerful. It gave permission to so many others to do the same. Now, of course, the media is running with headlines about Dylan's confession and Shen's health. But if you watched the actual live stream, you know it wasn't about hype, it was about honesty. It was about a man wanting to clear the air and protect his wife from further stress. As we wait for more updates, the one thing Dylan asked was for privacy and patience. He said Shen wants to come back stronger, but on her own time. He also said he'd be taking a step back from public appearances to be by her side, something fans praised him for, calling it real love in action. And that's where we are right now. A couple, at the height of their fame, choosing to put family first. It's powerful. It's moving. And it's why people are still talking about that live stream hours later. So if you're watching this video, send them your good thoughts. Leave a positive comment. Share a favorite memory of Dylan and Shen that made you smile. Because at the end of the day, beyond all the headlines, they're just two people trying to navigate life under the spotlight and still hold on to each other. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll know the moment we post an update about Shen's recovery and Dylan's next steps. This story isn't just about a hospital visit, it's about resilience, love, and the way a global fandom can rally behind someone in need. We'll keep following this journey and bring you every heartfelt detail as it unfolds. Until then, take care of yourselves too, remember Dylan's words, slow down, look after each other, and don't let the world's noise drown out what matters.